Hello and welcome, I am Raziel and today's video is all about you. Yes, you, the new player, the new person into wargaming, and just general advice on how to enjoy the hobby as a whole. And there's plenty to talk about here. I've said this before, and wargaming is such a diverse hobby. It's incredible the amount of different models you can get, the amount of different games there are, the amount of different genres. It's just a vast hobby in general. Now, first things first, like I said, this is about you, is remember it's your hobby. It's my hobby, it's your hobby, it's all about you and what you put into it. There's time, finances, everything. People you talk to online and in public and in person and, or as the kids like to say, IRL. But this is all about you, and I wish to explain, but that's a vital, important part of it. You put a lot of time into your hobby, you put a lot of effort into it, painting your models, finding the perfect model for you to build and paint, and whether you're building to play or collect an army, or just to have that odd model just to have in your collection as something to show off. It's just about you. You get to choose almost anything and everything to do with a hobby. And this is not a tournament thing either. This is just basically casual playing, such as myself. I don't do tournaments. I like to play a game with friends and just enjoy a good night with them, rather than getting too excited or anxious about a tournament coming up and making sure my list is absolutely spot on perfect. I will buy models that I think look cool, and that's it. That's, like I said, that's just me. But that's what you need to do. You need to make sure that your army and your models are your models and your armies. These are the ones that you like. These are the ones that you enjoy. You like the lore around them. You like the models that have been made. You like all those extra bits. Like maybe building a particular model really interests you. Or like if you're a builder like myself, I'm going to separate this: builder, gamer, player, and painter. I'm going to separate it into the three bits. If you're a builder like myself, then maybe something a bit more complicated and a bit more difficult is more your style, and that's the sort of thing you want to do. You're not too concerned about how it turns out as a painting. It's the actual construction of the thing. Such one reason I like big models and building tanks and stuff like that over building infantry. They're more complicated, more fiddly, and I do enjoy that more. Maybe that's your thing, so that's the route you should go down. Maybe playing is your thing, and you like picking the army that you want and want to make the best army you can possibly buy. Do that. Or painting your thing, so you minimize the amount you buy so you can perfect each model. Again, entirely up to you. So that's that part. Another thing about this is choosing who to play with. Not everyone gels together. You're not going to find a perfect wargaming group straight away. You might feel uncomfortable, or there may be playing. You might be new, and the local wargaming group is more about tournament playing rather than actual casual playing. And if that's the case, you might feel like a fish out of water. You're brand new to the hobby, you're brand new to gaming, and you're going to get your butt kicked so often it takes the fun away. If that's the case, you try and find another wargaming group which is more your style. And if people are bringing things into the hobby that you don't like, then you can say, excuse me, I just don't want to play with you. I have no issues with you at all. It's just I don't like what you're bringing into the hobby. I like what I like, and you stand firm on your own 2 feet and say, look, and you be sure of what you like into the hobby. And if someone is getting on your nerves or anything like that, then you just say, look, I'm not enjoying playing you. Can we stop? I'm just going to move on. And then we've always got to deal with that guy or that online guy. And again, same thing applies. But you just say, dude, I don't like how you play. I don't like what you're doing. I'm moving away, okay? Don't let them take you out of the hobby altogether. Just say, you dude, I don't like what you're doing, and I'm just not going to deal with you anymore. I'm done. Same with cheaters. That's something I have to bring up. Cheaters, you literally have to call them out every time you are unsure. If they do not bring a codex, you go, fine, you haven't brought your codex, I'm not playing you. If they have brought their codex and they make a rule which you go, okay, this sounds a little bit iffy, can I see your codex or your data sheets or your army book? Let them look, if they don't let you look at it, you go, dude, I want to make sure that rule is fine. I want to just double check this. And they'll go, if they disagree and they just don't show you, go, dude, I think you're cheating here. You call them out. And this really sounds like you're being confrontational, but you don't have to be. It's like, dude, and this is how I do it. It's like, dude, I don't think that's how that rule goes. Can I look at it, please? And they go, no. It's like, why not? Why can't I look at that rule? Just let me look, alright? If you don't let me look, I'm just going to forfeit this game. And then you'll have no one to play with. And again, this is a lot of being stronger in yourself and having your own integrity and your principles in place when you play the game. It is very hard if you're playing a new game that not many other people play. That can be a lot harder, but you've always got to stand firm in these things. And same with the law. When it was not, well, I'll get to the law in a second. The thing about painting your models, and one of my favourite bits, is, well, there may be, okay, we're going to ignore historical and fictional historical here, such as the Horus Heresy and Bolt Action here. When it comes to other games, you can just paint them as you wish. Don't worry. I've heard people go, oh, this person doesn't know colour theory. Don't worry, they say that. Go, I don't care. I like the models. I painted them the way I wanted to paint them. They're my models, and that's the way I'm doing it. And that's the other thing. Remember, they are your models. They're not their models. They have not put anything into them. No time. Haven't brought you anything and given you any orders. You're not commissioning anything. They are your models. If you just want to put 3 stripes on them of 3 different colours, go, look, it's 3 colours. Tear away. That's it. Just tear away. They're your models. Paint them as you wish. Paint them. If you want to do a great elk from Wild West Exodus with bright pink and yellow spots like Mr. Blobby, knock yourself out. It's your model. You do what you want. And again, it's all you. This is entirely you. And when it comes to the law, when it comes to building, your own warrior nation posse or your own spires, warband or army, and you go, do you know what? I expand on the law that's already there. You don't add anything to the law that doesn't fit. I know it sounds weird, but if you're doing that, just kind of stick to the law, because it's a nice backbone, a nice way, or a nice foundation, I should say, not a backbone, nice foundation on what you can expand your army for, and it can feel so much better knowing that your army fits into that setting. And I know people can go, what about female space marines? If you can think of a way into the law that you want to do female space marines, then fine, but just don't get upset when people don't like them. People are people, and some people are very much sticklers for the law, and they want to keep it that way. They don't want change. So if someone doesn't like what you've done, again, just say, dude, they're my models. I didn't ask you to do this. They are just space marines. Knock yourself out, okay? And that's all you need to do. But again, don't try and push your law or your expanded law for your faction into the main storyline. Don't try that. Don't say, oh, this is what happened, and then here's the evidence in the book. It's like, no, dude, just don't do that. Be nice, be polite, I think being meek, the original term for the word meek, I like that word, is the best place. Be prepared to talk it down, but be prepared to stand your ground. Don't just say yes sir. All right, just go, look, this is what I'm doing, this is what I like, and I'm sticking to it. So that's the basics covered when it comes to the law. Enjoy the law, enjoy what you read, enjoy making your models, enjoy painting your models, but just remember, down at the end of the day, it's all you. It's all up to you. Play whatever games you want, build whatever models you want, and you'll probably find in most wargaming groups, you go, dude, I'm doing Imperial Guard, but I want to use deputized sheriffs from Wild West Exodus as my guardsmen. And most people go, that's actually kind of a cool idea, having cowboys as Imperial Guard. Because most people don't care when it comes to playing the game. And tournaments are different. Tournaments are always going to be different. But when it comes to casual games, most people are cool. Wargaming has the best community I have ever seen. There's always going to be toxic elements because, of course, there are people who have opinions. Some people are strongly opinionated. I'm one of them. But I always try to make sure my opinion is said in a way that it's not screaming someone else down. I always try to make sure it's a kind of level-headed. I'm strongly opinionated, and it takes me a long time to see otherwise. But I do in the end, and I will correct myself if I'm wrong. And there will be those times, but wargaming is not a toxic community. It's a very nice community. You'll see everyone of all walks of life, and usually, and I'm saying 99% of the time, these people just want to get on with the game and just want to play the game and talk about the lore, talk about the setting, and that's it. They don't really care about anything else at the table outside of this. They don't. They just don't care. When you're at the table, it's all about the hobby, and that's it. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is the last one for getting started, and I hope you had a good one. I hope you enjoyed this month. This was actually an enjoyable month to do. Next week, we're going back to normal. Well, I'm going back to normal. I don't have editors and stuff like that. I'm just a one-man band. And we'll see you on the next one. And as always, if you wish to save money on your wargaming, Mantic Conquest, Games Workshop, they have War Cradle there, but they make the models, so no discount. I just want you to be clear on that one. Go to Wayland Games, free delivery up to £20 on all things. So which means you can basically, if you're buying just a basic model like a blister, you're going to not have to pay delivery on it, which is fantastic. And there is Forbidden Planet for comics, DVDs, mangas, geek merchandise, all that cool stuff. You know, everyone loves it. Click that link down below. There is also my merchandise, stickers, cups, well, travel mugs I should say, I just call them cups. Bags, t-shirts, you know, the usual what everyone else is doing. There is also my comics. Let's do my comics first because that's something cool. If you want to see Little Red Riding Hood, go ham on some cyborg werewolves. That one's down below. And there is also Skyforge. Never forget Skyforge because he's a good friend of mine, and I hope him all the best. I mean, let's get him out that Google algorithm. And finally, Patreon because business. Bye bye.